Your credit score will determine if you get approved for a big purchase like a car or even a small one like a phone bill. And most people do not know how a credit score actually works. I too was like that before, but now I actually figured out how I learned it. Let me break it down real quick. Welcome to day 8 of 30, teaching you about personal finance topics. Your credit score tells banks and lenders how trustworthy you are on a scale. It goes from 300 all the way up to 850. The higher the score, the more likely you'll get more money to loan and you get a lower interest rate. For example, if you were to loan a car at a lower credit score, you will be paying and having a lot more higher of an interest rate. So what does affect your credit score? Roughly 35% of your credit score is affected by your payment history, whether you're paying your bills on time or not. If you're not paying your bills on time, your credit score could go down, but if you keep paying consistent and keep paying your bills off, your credit score will stay the same or go up even more. Roughly 30% of your credit score is determined by your credit utilization. This determines how much your actual credit you're using and utilizing. For example, on a credit card, a good rule of thumb is to utilize at least 30% of your credit to make sure that you're able to pay this off as much as possible, and it makes it a lot more easier to pay it off. If you're at 80%, it's a lot more higher and more unlikely that you won't be able to pay off the entire credit card. And then 15% is how long your credit account is open for. For example, the length of your credit card could determine and how consistently you're being with paying off your credit card for a long history will determine how good or bad your credit score will be. 10% is your credit types. Lenders like to see people having more types of credit. For example, a student loan, car loan, or a credit card. If you have different varieties, it does help your credit score. And then lastly, the last 10% is your new credit. If you keep applying for new credit cards or new types of credit applications, it will affect your credit score as it will go down. So just keep using the same credit card that you can. So how could you actually build credit? Number one, you could use a credit card and start using that off, start buying small stuff and then paying it off. But in reality, you don't have to use a credit card. For example, if you have a student loan and you pay off your student loans, that will affect your credit score. And then also for your car, if you're able to pay off your car with your credit, or you finance the car and you pay it off, that will affect your credit score in a good way. Something even as small as paying off your phone bill will even affect your credit score if you keep paying it off every month and don't miss any payments. Something small as that will affect your credit score in a good or bad way. So hopefully this video helped you understanding what a credit score is. If you like personal finance content, make sure you drop a follow.